you going to start the show, or are you just going to warm up a little bit there? And you guys missed it. We were just talking about his white shirt and how much it washes him out. So we're going to make a poll on this
She
video.
was talking about my white shirt and how it washes me out.
So we're going to make a poll. Does white wash Craig out? He definitely should wear color. Colorful, just saying. Like me. Anyway. All right. What's the show about
this
today?
This show brought to you by Crayola, and it's 64 colors.
That's right.
I should get some crayons. I want some crayons. How come we don't have more crayons? How come we don't have more crayons? When's the last time you colored?
I have crayons in my office. I
really?
Probably colored recently because I still have children that age.
Oh, that's right. The girls. Yeah, they probably like to color too.
Yeah, they do. Yep.
My sons didn't like to color really that much.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone, guess what time of year it is? It's Realtor Courtesy Talk time.
Yes.
Realtor Etiquette, Realtor Courtesy. And we're kind of talking more specifically about on showings, right?
Yeah, right now we are. Yeah.
Maybe some stuff about showings too.
Yeah, I think right now everybody's just really feeling that almost year into Corona, and everybody's super happy right now. And sometimes I think it's making us forget some of the common courtesy things that we need to do as realtors to each other.
Yep. So when we're talking courtesy, we're talking number 5. We're talking feedback. All right, now here's what I'm going to say. I've changed over the years. I used to be a big believer on if someone asks you for feedback, if another agent asks you for feedback, give them feedback.
Yeah, I know.
I believe that's part of your job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we're independent contractors. Some of us do, some of us don't. I get it, whatever. But I still think you should. But I would say this. Think about your feedback a little bit. I hate getting stuff like, it's a 3-bedroom house and you get feedback that says, well, we just wish there was a 4th bedroom. And it's like, what? Or a 1-bathroom house. Well, we really want a 2nd bathroom. Like, really, that's your feedback? Genius? Like, did you read the MLS before you showed the house?
See, I told you, Corona, angry. It is what it is right now. But I do understand what Craig's saying.
I'm like an old curmudgeon. Like, get off my lawn.
What's that movie?
Watch your feedback.
What's that movie with the grandpa?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
No, I wouldn't say you're the Grinch, but the grandpa movie. Was it actually called
Grumpy
Grandpa?
Old Men?
Yes, Grumpy Old Men. That's who he is.
Or bad grandpa?
You are not bad grandpa. Ew. But feedback is something you should give. And if it's bad feedback, like really bad feedback, I will call the agent.
By the way, just kidding. We're not live.
And I will say,
just kidding, we are.
Do you really want me to be honest? Because I want to make sure that they want it to go back to the seller. You know what I mean? And sometimes they will say, yes, you go right ahead. And I said, okay, here is my real feedback.
Yeah, and I have mine set to where the feedback instantly goes to the seller.
Me
so
too.
As soon as you hit submit, my seller sees whatever you wrote.
Yeah, so sometimes I will give an agent that courtesy if they call me and say, hey, can you give me feedback? I'm like, do you really want me to give you that feedback? Oh, yes, I do. Okay, great. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do that. And you know what? I'll give you guys a bonus too. I will tell you what my feedback is. If you're like me, let's say you've showed a dozen houses in a weekend. That's not true. I don't show that many. But let's say if I showed a dozen houses in a year.
That's more like it.
And I might not remember what house number 3 was. I just say layout doesn't work for buyer. That's what I do. That's my generic feedback.
I think the entire MLS knows that you're generic feedback.
I know.
I just want to say that.
I've told
it's not a big
I've told
secret.
that story a couple times. But I mean, in my defense, I don't want to lie. If my buyer didn't buy it, there was something wrong with it.
Right.
I assume it's the layout. So, because why not, right?
You know what happens when you assume?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Layout does not work for my buyer. That's it. That's the gimme. If you get that, and I'm not sorry. I mean, it was legit feedback. It doesn't work. It's something you can't argue. Like
it's basically like my buyer's not making an offer. That's what it comes down to with his feedback. If you see that, it means his buyer's not making an offer.
And for all you agents that are like, I'm not, there was an agent that I know that his argument was, I'm not going to tell that listing agent how to get their listing sold. That's why he wouldn't give feedback. That was his like line in the sand. I'm not doing their job for them. And it's like, okay, I get it, but
we're supposed to be working
calm
together.
down. Yeah,
like
it's not, I don't think you're really like helping someone not sell a house or sell it. I don't think that's it at all. But
it's cooperative. The MLS is cooperative.
Cooperative. You're getting some of that commission too.
Yeah.
We're cooperating when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Why can't we cooperate on feedback?
Just saying.
Why can't we all just get feedback? Right?
I was thinking get along, and then you said get feedback.
Get feedback. We don't have to get along. All right.
That is true.
That's right.
That is true.
We should, though. Be professionals.
For the most.
Be professional. Okay. So are we ready? We
beat that to death.
Yeah, that is.
We did. Yep.
Yeah, we're going to run out of, the camera needs to be, we need to change the film. Does the camera have film?
No, it has like a car
John,
in it.
does the camera have film?
Are we good? Can we keep going? Okay, just checking.
There's
now
no,
he's coming in
there's
here
actually,
to check.
there's actually
'Cause
no
Craig's
one,
just saying something
there's no
dumb.
one named John. We just like to yell.
We pretend like we have a
people
tech guy named John. John.
Yeah. John!
What's going on?
John, you're right, John. Number 4 is showing time tips. Here's what I'm going to tell you or any showing app, so to speak.
Yes.
Here's some tips on that. If your lockbox is not on the front door
Yes.
or on the railing
Yes.
within arm's length of that front door, you better put in the remarks where the heck that lockbox is. I hate playing find the lockbox. I hate it.
Have you-
I hate it.
Okay.
I hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it.
Have you ever been stuck like in a pouring down rainstorm and the lockbox is not on the front door and you have to play
Hate it.
find a lockbox in the pouring down rain?
Still hate it.
Yeah. That is not nice, people. That is not nice.
Yeah, I will point out every crack on that ceiling. No, just kidding.
Your feet
That could be the
that's like
foundation.
20
What is this?
pages
I
long.
don't know.
It's a Boeing foundation.
The carpet's dirty. You see, there's a wet spot on the carpet. This house probably leaks and it's got mold and rodents. Let's get out of here.
Tell us where the lockbox is. Nobody wants to go on the hunt for a lockbox that is in a door in the back that's covered by 3 other doors that you would never know to look there. You didn't even know it was there. It's like a
terrible.
cellar door.
Yeah.
It's like a cellar door, and you're like, oh, that's where the lockbox is. Okay.
Yeah, run from a tornado and view the house all at the same time. I'm not Kansas anymore.
And for the most part, put your lockbox on the front door or right by it. I don't understand the whole hiding the lockbox unless it's a safety thing, and I get it. However, think about the realtor and the buyer that's coming in. Put it on the door.
And I had a seller one time. He was like, "Oh, Craig, I don't use the front door. I have a side door. They can use the side door." I said, "No, go get a front door key. Well, I don't have a key. Well, go make one.
Yeah.
Buy a cheap doorknob, replace it. People need to enter." Realtors want to enter. And look, this is not only for your customer, but this is like, look, it's Northwest Indiana. It's dark at 4:30 in the evening, half the winter. It's like, let's have a safe entryway for your client and stuff like that. If someone's got to go behind the house, there's no like lights on anywhere.
Yep.
It's a little bit intimidating. But it ruins the ambiance of the showing, and
Yes.
you're probably not going to sell that. It's almost like when an alarm goes off when you're showing
Yes,
it.
and you can't turn it off.
The buyer never buys that house. They get a headache from it. They're like, this house sucks. It could be the perfect house, but it's the alarm went off. It ruined my experience.
But yeah, I think the lockbox is key. Being able to get in. We want to be able to make personal connections with our clients and not have to worry about hunting where the lockbox is hidden at today, like an Easter egg hunt.
You still on that?
Yeah.
I think we're pretty clear.
I know, but it's obviously super annoying for both of us. So
Yeah. Oh, I like
is.
when we're both on the same page on something that annoys us.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. What's up? What's next?
Okay. Number 3, make contact with the showing agent. Okay. Now this is what I'm talking about. Let's say right now it's such a dominant seller's market. We are overlapping showings habitually.
Yes.
Habitually? It's a habit.
Yeah, it has
Consistently.
to be. There you go.
I like that better.
I like that better.
We'll go ahead and we'll John, mark the time. We're gonna edit that out. He's just making hand signals. He's like, whatever, dude. Anyway,
He doesn't like Craig
we
anyway,
don't.
so it's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
you know what? I don't like me some days. Okay, the showing agent. Okay, here's showing etiquette. This one should be, because we're having this experience a lot more frequently. If you are showing a house and you're overlapping, there's another agent. The agent should always make contact with the agent, right?
Yep.
That's
in the house currently.
Yeah, let's say it's raining. You got your buyer out there. Fine, maybe step in the front. Obviously, you've got your time overlapped. Whatever. Let's say you're both there during your window.
Yep.
Just say, hey, I'm so and so with so and so real estate agent. Don't make them. I hate when I'm in the second floor of a house and I hear someone open the front door
that's
and walk in
creepy.
and they just start talking. You could tell it's a buyer and an agent talking about the house.
And he's a dude. It's like way more scary for us women out there. I mean, come on. You don't want somebody randomly coming in the house on you.
Well, and that's where I got to give a shout out tip to Lisa Waz, because she said when she goes in the house, she always takes the key out of the central lock and she locks the front door.
Do you know agents get mad about that?
That's fine. Get mad all you want. You shouldn't be mad. You're breaking protocol, agent. You're breaking realtor courtesy.
Yep.
You're violating Nicole and Craig show episode 1472.
I think it's like 300 something.
Yeah, probably.
Something, I don't know.
Yeah. I always multiply everything by 3. You know what? If you divide whatever nonsense number I just said, divide it by 3, I bet you that's the show we're on.
Probably. That's actually probably true. Yeah. But yeah, I think when you know there's an agent in, the lockbox is popped open, you know somebody's in the house.
You know they're in there.
You tell your buyer, hold on a second, let me touch base with the other agent. Let's see what's going on. Hey, it's Nicole. How are you doing today? Is there, are you guys almost done? Do you want us to wait? Are you okay showing together? A lot of times that agent will ask their client, are you okay? And then do the courtesy thing. What are you supposed to do? Be on different floors then so you can't hear each other if you can. Or opposite sides of the house. Or outside while the other person's inside. Whatever you can do.
And I try to be respectful of other agents. Let's say if I was in a huge rush and we both knew that there was overlapping showings and stuff like that. Usually as a courtesy, I'll ask the other agent, hey, do you mind if we come in too? We'll stay out of your way. And every agent always has told me yes. But in the weird time where an agent might tell me no, I might just do it anyway. I might just be
No, you won't, because that's the whole point of realtor courtesy.
No, but I might just say, hey, we're going to stay on a different floor or something like that. Because who knows? I might have 8 other houses I got to show that year.
Aren't we talking about courtesy right now? You're not supposed to do that.
Well, you know what? Courtesy, you're right. You should make contact with that showing agent. You should do that. But here's the thing. Let's say one of you guys are running early, one of you guys are running late. It's not, we still have a job to do.
Well, I guess on the other end of that is if they say no, you shouldn't go in. Don't listen to him. However, as the agent who's in there, you should really try to kind of get your client, if you're at the end of the showing and they're just talking, hey guys, why don't we talk outside? There's another showing coming, right? That kind of thing. So we can work together to try and help everybody's schedules. And
I will say a competent, good, professional agent can use either one of those scenarios to their advantage.
Exactly.
I mean, it's tough, especially newer agents. I had a hard time earlier on in my career telling my client, hey, this house is going to sell fast. Because it always felt like dirty, like the worst type of used car salesman. Oh yeah, this house been in the market 180 days, but we're probably going to get 2 offers. Which, by the way, does happen. It's the weirdest thing.
In this market right now, it does.
Well, no one lasts that long in the market.
Weird.
But I have a listing that's going to expire, and then the last day it's on the market, I get 2 offers or something crazy. That's weird. But anyway, so was I going to say anything else about that? I felt like I had one more point to...
I don't know. I can't read your mind.
Oh, I know what I was saying about newer agents, and it's sometimes tougher to have that conversation with your buyer that, hey, look, this house is going to be sold fast. But when you have an overlapping showing, that's not even you telling your buyer that. They see it.
They can see it. That's the best part for us. Yeah. It's way easier when you are packed on showings. It's way harder to get the house, but it's way easier to explain to your buyer what word am I looking for? Time is of the essence, I almost had it. Fast-paced market, the urgency. That's the word I'm looking for.
Sense of urgency.
The urgency, yes.
I was trying to make some funny joke, but all I could think about was Taco Bell. So I don't know.
What?
You're like, what is that word I'm thinking of? I was gonna go Nachos Bel Grande, but I couldn't think of it.
Dude, that's what I get at Taco Bell. Nachos
right?
Bel Grande.
See,
that's
psychic.
Funny. Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's move on to number 2 because we're boring. We're losing people.
And we are.
I can see all the live viewers just dropping off like crazy. Hey, Brad. Hey, Jessica. Hey, everyone. Who else watched? Gail.
Tracy Van Gundy should be watching this. Why?
Oh, Tracy. Why is Tracy going to watch?
We have a shout out for Tracy.
Isn't Tracy on your list?
TVG. She's on the list.
TVG. I like that.
What list is she on?
She's on the list of trouble. She's on the list of hurry up and pick up the bookcase from your office.
Bookcase and the little kids table, Tracy. See you tomorrow. Just saying.
All right. So sorry about that, Tracy. I did not consent to that.
Yes, you did.
Oh,
because we talked about it before the show. Good try, though.
Yeah. It's not on the agenda.
It is not on the agenda. That is true. He was supposed to write it on there, but he didn't.
John only has little pieces of paper for us.
Because John
or
has,
what if
John
I'm
has
actually
to provide that.
I'm a giant. This is an 8.5 by 11. This is a normal sheet of paper, but I
have
grown.
Giant.
What's that game, Mario Brothers? Where they eat the mushroom, they grow really big.
No, isn't that where they take the plant all the way up?
That
to
is the game.
Yeah,
same game. Well, don't say no. They did eat mushrooms too.
But it wasn't a giant though. You don't see a giant.
He would get bigger. Oh,
okay.
He didn't eat. Yeah, he didn't fight a giant.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought you meant.
No one said anything about giants.
But you did. Ooh, we have it on tape, so we can rewind it.
That's it.
Did he say giants or not?
I'm cutting this whole thing.
Oh, you are not.
Son, and now it's just the Nicole show. Welcome to the Nicole show.
The Nicole show
Get a
isn't
pillow, and I hope you're not driving.
nearly as much fun as the Nicole and Craig show, just like the Craig
Unless
show
you're
isn't as much fun.
insomniac or you're having any trouble falling asleep.
I think my voice could be very meditative, very soothing.
Yeah.
Not really.
Grating.
We could show me off that stool.
All right. So let's move on to number 2. Canceling appointments. Now this is a tough one. We're going to take it from both sides. First, we're going to take it from the listing side. And this is so, and you know what? Well, okay, from the listing side, when your seller accepts that offer, especially a hot property, you got so many showing requests. First of all, buyer's agents, have a little bit of compassion. I mean, it is tough when you're a listing agent. You're dealing with I had a listing we put on the market on like Friday morning. We had like 20-something showings over the weekend. We had 4 offers altogether. And my seller accepted an offer. There was still a couple of showings still scheduled. I went in there and I canceled them. And I talked to him in case he wanted to hold them for backups or whatever, But he went and canceled them. Agents, you're always some agent was mad at me, I can't believe you had an approved showing and you didn't let me get it. And it's like, first of all, you made your showing for like a week out, This thing's gone. I had 20-something showings that weekend. Yeah, it's gone, man, So I would say this, have a little compassion. The agent doesn't like it any better. No one likes bothering or like cutting people out and stuff like that. So I would say that's it from the listing side. But and listing agents, Saturday your seller accepts something, you better change that status,
Yeah, that's not
Don't
nice.
make me schedule one of your, that's what I hate when I get that phone call when I'm in the living room. Oh, we accepted an offer.
Or
I'm like,
2 minutes down the road.
Geez.
And you're like, really?
Or we're just leaving there. My buyer's like, I love it, Craig. Let's make an offer. And I'm like, okay. And then, so I called it. You got any offers? No, we got one accepted one. We accepted yesterday. I just forgot to change the status.
Yeah. And technically you do have that, 24 hours to change the status or whatever. And that's totally awesome. But in this market, guys, do your best. Change the status if you can.
Yeah,
for the rest of us. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just not nice.
Yeah, and I'm sorry I didn't upload the disclosures fast enough. I always forget that, actually. That one's on me. That's on me. But buyer's agents, just make your offer subject to seeing the disclosures. I mean, it's like don't ever hold an offer up because you don't have disclosures.
I have to say, we did an offer. I was on the cusp of getting accepted, and we got the disclosures, and my buyer wanted out because of the disclosures. So those are very important.
Well, talk to your managing broker. But if you don't have the disclosures, what I would recommend doing, and again, ask your managing broker because, you don't take my advice for that. But what was I going to say?
You were going to say subject to.
Right, subject to buyer's verbal acceptance of the disclosures. Make it so it's very clear that, hey,
And
look, if there's
time-bound.
something on here, what's that?
And time bound.
Yeah. If there's something on here that I don't like, I can cancel and get my buyer's earnest money back.
Yep.
Do that. So do that.
So from the buyer side, if you have to cancel last minute because of the weather, which we just had, right? Or because of anything, buyer schedule change, whatever, make sure you're canceling it. I know a lot of times, like if I'm meeting a new buyer, I will not open that door until the buyer shows up just because I don't want to pop the lockbox if I'm not actually going to go in the house. So if you have a buyer that doesn't show, make sure you're adding
That sounds like
feedback
that's a real
in there.
term. I don't want to pop that lockbox. I don't want to do that.
I could rap that. We could make that a rap song.
Yep, I like it.
That should be
Anyway,
like our
keep going.
intro
I'm
song.
sorry. I didn't mean to derail
it's
your
okay.
thought train.
You probably did, so it's fine. But
Short
sure.
train.
My thought train is a short train? Mm-hmm. That's true because I can't remember anything short-term memory anymore. It's terrible, and he knew that when he interrupted me. That's about all I got then because I don't know where I was at.
From the buyer's agent's perspective on canceling appointments.
Yeah. Make sure that if you have to cancel last minute, you call the listing agent. And listing agent, don't be mad that they had to cancel last minute. They're not canceling. It's the buyer. So you can't be mad about that. They're trying to do the courtesy of calling you and letting you know or texting you and letting you know. But you should let the listing agent know if it's within an hour so the buyer doesn't leave the house if they don't have to. Think they got babies, they got kids, they got dogs, how painful it is. They have to leave in the middle of dinner because they have a showing. So think about, doing to others as you would have done unto you. The golden rule. That's what you should use every day in real estate.
The golden rule.
I like it.
I like it. All right.
Realtor karma. It's a real thing.
Realtor karma.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Last, but definitely not least, leave the house the way you found it.
Yep.
Unless specified in the agent-only remarks
Yep.
or showing instructions, you should leave it. And I've had some like, hey, please leave all the lights on, you know, and then I have that conversation with my buyer when we walk into a house. I say, hey, look, let me go first. Let me turn on all the lights. Let me open and unlock all the doors, because that's what you don't want. You don't want your buyer going, I always say going rogue. Your buyer's going rogue. He's unlocking the sliding door. They're out there on the back, you know, and I'm like, hey, we're going to look at the inside. It's raining outside. Let's look at the inside first. Then we'll go outside and look. We're not going to be going outside in the back deck.
And then tramping back in with
getting
all the
snow
water,
all over my feet, and then coming back in there. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think the big thing that
It's crazy.
I was thinking about with number one was don't lock the garage door if it's unlocked.
Who locks that door?
That's the number one complaint that we get. And make sure you're actually locking the patio doors, because I think a lot of people don't put the security stuff back in, or they can't get it locked and they don't let the listing agent know. Because if something happens at the house, what are you supposed to do? You got to call the listing agent and let them know.
Got to call them. Let them know.
I had one where the alarm panel was saying 3 things were unlocked. It was a really high-end house. And the smoke alarm was going off in like 3 different areas. It was not. But I called the listing agent and said, hey, dude, this is going off. I don't know why. And he came before that showing was over to come check it, because the alarm system was tripping all that stuff for some reason. I don't know why.
And what about, too, you know, here's another bonus one, too. If you have an inspection done on the house and the inspector tells you, oh, by the way, there's a gas leak on the furnace or something like that.
Should you wait?
Most of the time, they never even tell the seller or anything like that. Yeah, I call that agent immediately. I say, hey, look. And if it's real bad, I call NIPSCO. You know, like, hey, that's an emergency. You know, someone's house could explode. We lost a realtor in our marketplace, I think it was 20 years ago now. And that's what happened. It was a vacant house. There was a gas leak in there. And yeah, they turn a light switch on, and it happens. It happens, unfortunately, too often.
Yeah. You got to be careful, guys. Be careful.
You got to be careful out there.
For real.
Combat pay. It's not that dangerous.
No, but it can be.
Can be.
If you're not watching
Can be.
yourself.
John, how we doing on time?
I think we're ready. I think we're done.
I just ask John a bunch of random questions all the time.
Blaine's
What's up, Blaine?
here.
Blaine's here. Blaine, you want to make a cameo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not recording live, so you can pop in.
Guys, this is Blaine. Blaine,
Hello.
this is the guys and gals.
Late because the address that I was given went to a residential address, so
Sorry
I didn't
about your
end up in
luck.
the right place.
That's
Sorry.
all right. That's all right.
Oops, that was me that gave him the address.
All right.
All right,
I think that's the show.
that's the show for
That's
this
a good
week.
show.
Yep.
John, are we done?
I think we're
John
done.
giving us the thumbs up. You guys can't see him. He's wearing a green checkered shirt, just in case you guys run into anyone. If you see someone in the grocery store today with a green checkered shirt, it's John.
In case he goes in the background. What?
Switch.
Oh, whatever. They know we're taping
Just go up
it
to
pretty
anyone
ahead
with a
of
green
time.
checkered shirt and say, hey, John, high five. He loves it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next Friday.
We'll see you next Friday.
All right. Bye.
Thanks for watching.